John with padprinters.com. I'm going to do a little video here on screen showing you how to prepare a template for your cliche making process. So what I've done right here is, and this is pages right out of the PDF that is in my book. So if you have a copy of my book, this is already in there. If you don't have a copy, you can get it in PDF format. It's free. Just shoot me an email to john@padprinters.com or at padprinters.com on our website. You can also request the book there. So anyway, this is in the chapter on artwork and film. And what I'm going to do here is explain how you would create a template in your graphics program. Maybe you're using Adobe Illustrator or COREL Draw, for example. This is going to be, in this demonstration, two-color job for a Tosh Micro 90. So the Tosh Micro 90 plate size for the 90mm cup, which is represented here. This is not at 1:1 on my screen, but this would be representing a 90mm diameter circle, which would be representation of the Dr. ring in the ink cup. And then you have 200mm long by 100mm wide plate or cliche. So I go ahead and draw the outline of the cliche because I'm going to want that to print on my film. And I just put these dimensions in here for reference for you. So these other dimensions down here are for what we call setback. Setback is where does your image go relative to the front or leading edge of the cliche plate so that it's centered in the ink cup when the ink cup is mechanically in the home position in the pad printing machine. So for the Tosh Micro 90, you have a 90mm cup plus 5mm from the front edge if you get it as close as you can to the front edge, and that would give you half of 90 is 45 plus 5mm is 50, so 50mm back, and this is a 100mm wide plate, so half of that is 50. So standard setback on a Tosh Micro 90 is 50mm back from the front edge and centered at 50mm. So the second step then here is you would import your artwork. This is a little logo for Pad Print Pros, a little two-color with a wing, and here it's already showing you the two colors that you would want to pad print, in this case green and black. So I've gone ahead and imported that in, and you can use rulers probably in your graphic program, or you can set your page size up to the cliche size and tell it where you want the artwork to go. But I usually drag rulers in, and then I just use my arrow keys on the keyboard to center the image so that it's in the ink cup at that 50mm centered, 50mm back dimension right in here. Now this is a two-color, so what do I want to do in order to create color separations? What you want to do is you would group the entire, I've removed here now, the circle is gone for reference, the dimensions are gone for reference, and I grouped and duplicated just the outline of the cliche and the two-color graphic. And then down here in the corners, I've added green for a green color separation and black for a black color separation. So that second step, if you're doing more than one color, is to duplicate the image in location and duplicate the entire template, including the outline of the cliche. Finally then, what you would do is ungroup and selectively delete to get your color separation. So here you can see for the black, I've deleted the green P3, and for the green color separation, I've deleted the black wing and circle. So that's that step. Then, because you want your pad printed, your film for pad printing cliche to have the image on the back side of the film so that it's in contact with the surface of the cliche during exposure. If you're printing these off on a film imaging system or even on a laser printer with our film, you can reverse the image so that it's going to look like it's backwards when it prints. That way when you're looking through the film, the image reads correctly, but the image is on the back side of the film. You might not have to do this in your graphics program because it may be possible to simply tell the printer to reverse it when it prints, but it needs to be on the back in all cases. So here everything is filled black. I've got my color separations, and I would send this to the printer. So hopefully that shows you just how to set up a template, group everything, then duplicate it, selectively delete the colors that you want to make the separations, maybe put labels or plate numbers or whatever you want to put on there, fill everything black, and finally reverse it and print it out or send it to your film imaging system. Hope that helps. Thanks.